Now, Tony Bellew is out for revenge against Nathan Cleverly on Saturday when the pair go head-to-head in the ring. Bellew was beaten by Cleverly on points back in 2011. The rematch will, of course, be live on Sky Box Office this weekend. Fraser Dainton is in Cardiff, where Cleverly's working out this lunch. Oh, it's all very Christmassy all of a sudden, but very exciting ahead, though, Fraser.
Yeah, we definitely think Christmas is coming a little bit early because we've got a fantastic fight on Saturday night. I'm joined by a legend of boxing, Mr. Joe Calzaghe, the king of the super middleweight division in his time. We're going to take the camera into the ring because Nathan Cleverly is in there at the moment. Obviously, Joe, you know Nathan very, very well. First thing to say is he's looking in fantastic shape, which is nothing less than we would expect for a fight this big.
Oh, yeah, of course. Nathan's always been a fighter that's been in tremendous condition. I think moving up to cruiserweight is new for both fighters, but with Nathan, I think this is extra spice. Obviously, there's no bad blood lost between these two, and I think Nathan's going to be tremendous on Saturday. He looked in great shape. I watched him spar the other week. He looks very sharp. He's carried his speed up to cruiserweight from light heavyweight, and I think it'll be with the extra strength. I think he'll let that show hopefully on Saturday night.
One thing we can see immediately, which is something that we've seen increasingly as he's moved up to cruiserweight, is his shoulders in particular look a lot bigger. We saw shots from the weigh-in from the Kovalev fight. He looked a lot smaller, a lot skinny, but now, obviously with Darren being his former strength and conditioning coach as well, he has watched over that transition in a big way, and presumably there will be more power from those shoulders.
Oh yeah, definitely. He struggled to make the weight the last couple of fights against Kovalev. He was so weak. So the extra weight is definitely going to make a lot of difference with the strength. So he's carried the speed up with the strength, and hopefully the punching power will show as well. This is a massive fight for both fighters. Obviously, Bellew's a very good fighter himself, a big puncher, and he's strong and determined. So it's going to be a tough fight, and I'm looking forward to being there, and I'm sure everybody else is looking forward to watching this fight.
He's only had a couple at cruiserweight, as has Bellew, to be fair, but I mean, there's arguments about the quality of the opposition that Bellew's had as opposed to Cleverly. Are we very much in the case of we've got a lot more to see from Nathan Cleverly at this weight, and some of those questions are going to be answered on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, this is a crossroads fight for both fighters. The winner goes on, hopefully, to fight for world titles. Who knows what happens to the loser? But like I say, Nathan is, he's determined. He can't wait to get in that ring and do the job on Saturday. But it's going to be a great occasion.
We've seen it many a time in some of his fights that he's taken his time with fighters. He's worn them down. He's picked up points decisions. Not necessarily rightly or wrongly being known as a big puncher, but do you think there's going to be a similar sort of tactic here, or are we expecting to see Nathan Cleverly going for the knockout, given the fact that this is such a big fight and the fact that I guess he wants to make a statement in this division?
I think Nathan needs to use his speed. Simple as that. He needs to be careful early on. He needs to use his speed. Like I said, his speed kills. He's fast. He's going to be a lot faster than Bellew. Bellew obviously a very dangerous puncher. So just use that boxing skill, get that jab working, get them feints working. And listen, it's a 12-round fight. It's a long fight. So just keep that homework, keep that going, what you've been practicing in the gym. And then I think after 5 or 6 rounds, we start going forward, combination punches and setting your feet. But who knows with Nathan? Who knows what's going to happen? When the atmosphere gets these two fighters, it could be a toe-to-toe from round one. So, like I said, it's one of them fights. Everybody's got their own predictions. But personally, like I said, Claire won the first fight, not his best, and I see the same result.
We can clearly see from the work that he's doing here, I mean, you mentioned the speed. That is clear for all to see, but there does seem to be a lot of power in those punches as well. And let's face it, this is a public workout. He's not exactly going to be going 100% full tilt, so if there's a lot more to come, then it should be exciting on Saturday night. But I mean, you've done it, you've changed weight divisions yourself, moving up from super middleweight to light heavyweight. What is it like? How difficult is it to move a division when you consider as well there is a big difference between light heavyweight and cruiserweight?
Yeah, well, to be honest, it was a natural progression for me because I was superweight champ for 10 years, and from losing 36 pounds per fight, which I did against Kessler 15 weeks before, I losing 28 pounds, so it's still a lot of weight, and I was still very, very weak. I never had the novelty and to walk around and not weigh and starve myself the week of the fight. But there's a bigger gap, like I said, 12 stone 7 light heavyweight, going to the 14 stone 4, I believe, which is the cruiserweight division. There's a big gap. But as you can see, Nathan is 6'1". You can see, the punching power is there, the speed is there. He's got big shoulders. He'll come in the ring around the cruiserweight limit. He's not a big cruiserweight, but I don't think you have to be a big cruiserweight. At the end of the day, he's going to use his speed, footwork, hopefully, and like I said, go from there.
You know him as well as anybody does, and from what you've seen today, from what you've seen in previous months, I'm sure you're very excited, but how confident are you now that Nathan Cleverly can win this fight and go on from there?
I'm confident. Of course, I'm confident. You know, I think it's going to be a tough fight. There's no thing about it. It's a tough fight. You know, to go up into Bellew's backyard again, where you have his fans behind him. Everybody knows the win or lose. Bellew's got this made it public that he actually hates Nathan, but that can actually work against you. You know, because you can bring up a lot of energy when you have such a dislike for somebody, and you get yourself really riled up. You know, I think it's all about keeping cool, keeping calm, and keep that energy in your fists when the bell goes, you know. But it's going to be tough. Like you said, you can see Cleverly looking sharp. He looks just as sharp there that he does when he was fighting at light heavyweight. So, and plus he's got the extra power, which is going to make a big difference. So I think this is going to be his a new thing now. Nathan Cleverly, cruiserweight champion. I can see the future.
Okay, Joe, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us. Nathan Cleverly, as you can tell, looking very sharp, looking very strong, looking pretty happy as well. He had a big smile on his face when he made his way into the shopping centre here. Saturday night, Cleverly versus Bellew 2. Something's got to give.